In the heart of the dense, ancient woods, where the moonlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy, a sinister hush fell over the land. The darkness was alive with the rustle of leaves and the occasional eerie cry of a nocturnal creature. Among the tall, gnarled trees stood a lonely cabin, its time-worn facade bearing the scars of countless seasons. An unnatural chill hung in the air, and the atmosphere was heavy with foreboding. On this fateful night, the cabin's sole inhabitant, a reclusive woodsman named Elijah, sat before a crackling fire. The flames danced, casting eerie shadows upon the rough-hewn walls. He peered into the flickering abyss, his eyes filled with a mix of fear and anticipation. For in these woods, tales of terror whispered of creatures that prowled under the pallid moon. As the hours crept toward midnight, Elijah's unease grew. His solitary existence had been punctuated by the occasional story passed down from the villagers in the nearby town. Tales of savage, half-human beasts that roamed the forest during the full moon. Werewolf. A chorus of distant howls echoed through the woods, sending a shiver down Elijah's spine. He knew the stories were more than mere folklore. He had heard the unnerving testimonies of those who had crossed paths with these creatures. His heart raced as he recalled the ghastly tales of torn bodies and unrelenting terror. The fire crackled, casting grotesque, elongated shadows that seemed to claw at the cabin's wall. Elijah's breath grew shallow, and his senses heightened to the slightest of sounds. He could hear the scuffling of small animals outside, the eerie whisper of leaves in the wind, and something else, an ominous, rhythmic thud. His heart pounding, he mustered the courage to investigate. With a lantern in hand, he stepped out onto the cabin's rickety porch. The forest around him seemed to close in, the trees gnarled and twisted like malevolent sentinels. The full moon hung low in the sky, casting an ethereal glow that seemed to mock the terror that lay below. Then, he saw a figure, hunched and grotesque, emerging from the shadows. It was unlike anything he had ever encountered, a nightmarish fusion of man and beast. Furry, clawed hands reached out, and yellow eyes glinted in the moonlight. The creature's feral snarl sent ice through Elijah's veins. With trembling hands, Elijah fumbled for his lantern, illuminating the abomination before him. The werewolf's fur was matted with gore, its teeth bared in a grotesque grin. Saliva dripped from its maw as it advanced, hungering for prey. Elijah's terror gave way to primal survival instinct. He retreated into the cabin, slamming the door shut. The wooden barricade was flimsy at best, and the creature's frenzied assault rattled the cabin's foundation. Desperate, Elijah searched for any means of defense, clutching a rusted hatchet. The werewolf's relentless onslaught continued, scratching and gnashing at the door. The lantern flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance with the creature's malevolence. As the cabin groaned under the strain, Elijah knew that this would be a night he would never forget, a night of unspeakable horrors and a battle for his very soul. Outside, the full moon hung in silent witness to the primal struggle that unfolded within the cabin, a testament to the ancient and unholy terrors lurking beneath its pale glow.